Greetings. This is Evolving Dimensions, expanded consciousness to raise Earth's frequency, with your host, quantum healer and soul coach, Wendi Morrison, mixing psychology and shamanism. With over 40 years of training and experience in metaphysics, parapsychology, spiritual leadership, energy psychology, PTSD, ethics, sound energy healing, crystal therapy, human galactic history, and animal communication. I believe what we're lacking today are mentors, elders of the tribe, those to whom we can look to for wisdom from experience. So I invite you to join me every Wellness Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time when I will drop a video that will be on a plethora of subject matter that is topical to this moment at this revolutionary time in our human history. So please join me here, and once a month, the first Wednesday of every month, I will be doing the episode live. So we'll have question and answer time that we can hopefully help to illuminate more of the topics that I cover and some of my terminology, and anything that might come to your mind that I can help you evolve your consciousness with. Remember, revolutionary change starts from within each individual addressing their own ancestral kharmic lineage, correcting the glitches in their program to create the change needed for a higher frequency, a higher octave, less density, and a higher consciousness. And I'll see you then. And remember, free will is a test. Blessings. Hey everybody, how are you? Yeah, it's been a minute. I have a lot of trouble if I'm not getting a, immediate response, just like everybody, in continuing to push forth my energy when it is not necessarily being received. But that's okay. That's my thing. That's my problem to get over. No, actually, I've just been so completely overwhelmed on every level that I just didn't have any extra anything to give to anybody. And so that is kind of the topic of today's podcast, is self-love and self-healing. And I really appreciate when episodes organically manifest, because it allows me to tap into something that is societally topical. So not necessarily attributed to me personally on the bigger scale, on the larger scale, in the bigger picture, but as it applies to this moment for me as well, I wish to illuminate this topic, as it actually has been for a long time on my list. And so this serves as a perfect example. And I think at a moment when people are prime to understand this. As you know, my focus, my specialty, my gift, whatever you want it to be, is connected to the animals and the animal kingdom. And I tell ya, I see so much of a correlation between animals, their behavior, and humans on their lowest frequency. And what I'm experiencing right now in society is literally watching humans and our society morph or devolve into animalistic behavior. It at all levels. It's really sad, because I every day focus my attention, my energy, on helping the animals here at Pixie's Place transform their behavior, evolve their behavior than their natural lower level survivalistic tendencies, so that they can get ready for their human incarnations, and that transition may be smooth. And I guess this goes back to self-healing and self-love. So for me, I've been very challenged. You know, I have a challenged electrical system, neurological system, and that brings about a myriad of challenges on a day-to-day. When it's at the lowest scale of impact, I can pretty much override everything with my mind as long as I just stay focused. And at the lowest or highest, however you want to call it, at the highest end of the emergency red flags, I'm incapacitated, which is impossible for me because I've got 30 animals relying on me. And so I have to make choices. Do I push myself over the edge to give them what they are used to? No, I can't do that. So I have to scale back. And so whether that's like they get less treats or they get less privileges, and they react to all this. They get angry. They don't like that. They want what they want when they want it. And if they don't get it, all hell breaks loose. And I see that in society with a lot of the younger generation. And some of that's cultural. Some of that, and most of it, is programmed.
What are you chasing?
It's mind control programmed into the psyche via the media. And some really unknowledgeable people who thought that they would raise children differently than their parents did. Without discipline, it doesn't work. I promise you. It does not work without discipline. Children need discipline. That's how they know that they are loved. That you care enough to put boundaries up. And that you care enough how they're going to go about having their future lives, and the reaction from the people around them as their bad behavior becomes innocuous, and people don't want anything to do with them.
Where are you?
You don't want to raise children that people and society don't want anything to do with.
There he is.
Children need discipline. And that it includes us, the child within us. We have a child in us. We have a broken, traumatized, damaged child within us to a greater or lesser degree that needs to be loved and nurtured and cherished and appreciated. Don't wait for somebody else to fix you. Don't wait for somebody else to heal you. It's not their job. It's your job. You are a self-healing machine, baby.
How are you doing, huh?
You are. And if others don't want to love you, you gotta love yourself. Not everybody loves me. Not everybody likes me. I get it. I tend to mirror back what people are to me, so they don't even realize that they're reacting to the mirror of themselves. But I know I gotta stop doing that. It's bad. Ugh. But it's so annoying. You know, I got a goat in my in my spirit, and yeah. Anyway, people right now
Eat 'em or clean 'em.
are very sick.
Good girl,
Their souls
Abby.
are sick. They haven't been loved. They haven't been cherished. They haven't been nurtured. They haven't been believed in.
Did you push her off
They
the
haven't
bed?
been uplifted.
Well.
They haven't been enabled.
Avi. Avilina.
They haven't been given a chance.
Avi.
And so I say,
Avilan.
F it.
Avilan, where'd you go?
Do it for yourself. Rise above the circumstances. You don't have to succumb and become an animal because some freaking idiots didn't raise you right. Find it within you to love yourself and cultivate that self-love. Not through ego, but through spirit, through soul. Learning compassion, not only for yourself, but hopefully in the future for those who were unable to be there for you. Because 1,000,000% it's generational. And they too were left to fend for themselves. And unfortunately, they didn't frickin' figure it out. They did the best they could. But each generation has to do better than the last generation, right? We don't have to judge. They know it. They've been through it. You think you're the first generation to see all the shit? I guarantee you, you are not. It's just that it's overwhelming. And you are still naive, my youngins. You think it can be changed. You're in a trap. They feed off that energy. They use it. They use your naivete and your gullibility to fuel themselves, while they gleefully watch you slowly disintegrate into hopelessness and degeneracy. I kid you not. This is psychological warfare. It's what it is. And I don't want any of my lovely, smart humans to fall prey to this baloney. So you have to stop being victims, and you have to stop blaming other people for what's going on. Yeah, it's going on. Yeah, you didn't start it. I get it. But you're going to have to fight it by becoming everything you can be in spite of them, by rising above their power over you, by succeeding, by beating them at their own game, by staying in alignment with heart and mind and loving yourself and your fellow man. It's a challenge. If it was easy, everybody could do it, but it isn't. It just isn't. And that's part of the paradox. That's part of the juxtaposition of having to be a human here at this time, at this moment in human history. So how do we go about establishing a regimen of self-love?
Good morning, Mimi.
Self-love, self-care.
How you doing?
Well,
Hi, Mimi.
I can tell you how I did it. And
Everybody up?
you are the one that's going to have to implement it.
Mimi.
And of course, you can taper it to meet your own needs, but it starts with recognizing the truth around you. It starts with recognizing that you can no longer live in the pain that you're in, and that only you can change it. It begins with eliminating those things around you that do not serve you and build you up. That starts with people. It starts with situations like bad jobs. It starts with, and also like bad roommates, bad living situations. And it continues through like what you eat, the types of foods that you eat. Do you drink alcohol? Because you really shouldn't. I mean, like a glass of wine is fine here and there, but alcohol is very, very debilitating on every level and should honestly be avoided. It's about eliminating toxic chemicals from your diet and from your environment, like your water in your house. Sunscreens are very, very destructive to your DNA. So I know they try to get you to use it, but it's actually very destructive. So education about the truth, about the things that you're brainwashed by the media to go and get. Gotta rush and go and get this. Why? Because there's a fear of something will happen if you don't get it. Jesus, really? You gonna trust those guys who are making money off of all this? And they're using your fear? Oh yeah, that's real positive. Yeah, I can tell they really love me and care about me, right? Think about it. Common sense, people. The media, commercials, the government, not your friends. They're here to parasitically suck you dry of everything. Your money, your time, your very life force. Kid yourself not, okay? I'm serious. So diet, nutrition, detoxing, deprogramming. You know, get rid of those devices. They have digital frequencies that literally are going right into your brain and causing cancers and coating your pineal gland and destroying it, which prevents you from access to your sixth sense, which is your intuition, your instincts, your third eye, consciousness, you know, your Akashic memories from past lives. Like, this whole other gigantic part of you is being cut off. You haven't even begun to access it yet, and you're already being cut off from it. So, it's imperative that we learn to love ourselves. If you want somebody to love you, you better love yourself. You will only attract what you are. So the better you are, the better you're going to attract somebody that mirrors that back. Building character comes with hard work and accomplishments. Doing things that you never felt like you could ever accomplish. That builds character. When you accomplish those things, you're like, oh my Lord, I rock. I'm amazing. And it's not necessarily from ego, it's from experience. You did it. you invested in yourself and you overcame, like, whatever that was, the challenges of getting there. That's how you build character. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build magnetism. And with magnetism comes things that are drawn to you. And if you're magnetizing something positive, well, you're going to magnetize positive back. And if you're magnetizing something negative, you're going to magnetize negative back, right? So it's really important that we address multi-dimensions of self-healing. Multi-dimensions, including the generational ancestral history, because the cycle repeats itself over and over and over and over again. And then on top of that, you have your soul's history, the karmic history of where your soul's been. Your akashic memories can give you the clues as to what your karmic lessons are here, you know, so that you can clean it up. So, you know, like, a lot of times people start to step into karma and it doesn't feel comfortable. And it actually feels pretty horrible. And so they run in the opposite direction because they don't want to feel it. When, in fact, they're going to keep feeling it in one way or another until they have the courage to boldly go where no man has gone before. No, but boldly go, you know, straight through the minefield. That's how you do it. You gotta walk through the fire. Anyway, another way of self-love, expressing self-love, and I've given my example many times, is that I sing and I dance every day. I don't care where I am. I mean, like, I'm not going to break out in song and dance at the grocery store or anything, but, like, if I'm watering in my yard, yeah, I've got headphones on and I'm singing away. If anyone's listening, they can't hear any music. They're just hearing me sing a cappella. And being that I'm a singer, you know, I just consider that multitasking and on having a vocal workout. So, you know, look at it as you choose to look at it. But I keep my vocals strong, and how I do it is by singing, you know, with my headphones on outside when I'm watering and working, especially because I have to, as there are constant machines around me from every property surrounding me, and they're gardeners, and it's every day, every single day. There's no sounds in the forest at all until those machines start, and I might as well be back in Los Angeles. And personally, I reject that experience. I am not going to accept it. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's okay that you abuse me and damage my peace of mind and well-being every single solitary day. Sure, go for it. So I just have my headphones on and I just sing away. If I'm annoying or obnoxious to anybody, oh well, their gardeners are annoying and obnoxious to me. So we're even. And if I feel like dancing, I just dance. I dance around. I keep my body in shape. I work it out by dancing. I'm in constant pain. And actually, the least amount of pain is the more I move around. Which doesn't mean I don't exhaust myself at some point. I have to have the energy for that. But, yeah. Staying agile and having full extension of movement to the best of my ability as an ex-dancer, and as somebody that has suffered a life-changing accident. I need to stay limber and, flexible. Keep my body from getting atrophied. Anyway, I'm going to also lastly suggest that you surround yourself with things that make you happy and make you laugh. I have the animals for that, although they do equally make me want to pull my hair out and poke my eyes out at times. But your kids do that to you too, and these are my kids, so, it passes. But I digress. But I love watching their little spirits come to life and bounce around, and I love sharing some of their antics with you all. So I'm going to leave you with some cute stuff that I've recorded over the last couple of weeks as we integrated our new baby Sunra. And tween Avalon has gone from being a tween to a very nice, attentive baby mama since Sunra found her still accessible teats after having been spayed and having been pregnant with a litter of kittens. So really upsets me that that I was forced to have her spayed, because if I had known she was pregnant, I would have just, especially as far along as she was, I would have just let her have her litter. But they say, if she's pregnant, they're going to spay her anyway, and they're going to take them. They're not going to notify me or anything. And I had to sign to that. I wish I hadn't. But anyway, it is what it is. We don't need any more kittens, I suppose. But I hate that they were, ready to come out, and they were ready to be born, and yeah. Anyway, makes me sad. Ow! As I have this little crazy kitten chewing on my hair right now. I'm biting my neck. Yeah, Sunra is a sweet little addition. He's such an old soul. He's so loving, and everybody has accepted him, which is rare around here. And I've watched Avalon transform. She's such a nice little girl now. She's not bouncing off the walls. No. Just the little one is bouncing off the walls, of course. Ow! Biting me again. Ow! Tootie, you need to go away right now. You need to go find something else to do. But anyway, so this is what I'm saying, find little things like this crazy bundle of chaos to distract you and to fill your heart with joy. I found myself watching the Golden Buzzer, AGT videos on YouTube, and I found this amazing band called Walk Off the Earth. They're Canadian, and they are amazing, and the bass player and they all play every instrument under the sun, so it's hard to really say who plays what, but Johnny and Sarah in the band are married, and they have 3 adorable sons. The youngest of which is Romeo, and the 3 boys are amazing. They all play every instrument, just like their parents. They all sing with amazing harmonies, and they're like 4, 6, and I think 8 I don't even think 8, but something like that, like 8 or 4, 6, and 7, something like that. But they're amazing. So they're called the Illuminati Sons, because the guy's name is Giovanni Illuminati. And the kids' names are like Romeo and again Giovanni Jr., I guess. And gosh, what's the other one's name? Romeo, Gianni, and Giovanni. That's it. And then one of them's named after their dad, but I can't look it up right now because the computer's down. But anyway, these kids are amazing, and watching them sing and play, and watching the whole band with the adults too, because the whole band is amazing. They, like I said, they're Canadian. They lost a member to I believe suicide, or something, really kind of traumatic, and they held it together, and they've won a lot of awards in Canada, and it's just they're infectious. I've had their songs stuck in my head like, I can't even tell you, like the most hooky commercial you've ever had stuck in your head. But it's good. It's positive. It's so positive. The hooks that stick in your mind are like positive hooks, and so I just feel like they are kind of counter brainwashing, like brainwashing you in a positive way, filled with love and light. So go check them out. Walk Off the Earth and Illuminati Sons. Yeah. All right, guys. Leaving you with some animal joy, and I will see you on the other side.